Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading an Arlecchino Listener by me. So let's get into it. The House of the Hearth was unusually quiet. And right now, we stood at the door to Arlecchino's office, watching as she was bent over her desk, her hair falling forward, lit by the golden glow of the lantern at her side. She hadn't gotten out of her room for hours, and you could tell by the neat stack of papers and sealed letters that she's been at since before dinner, and judging by the slight crease between her brows, she wasn't planning on stopping anytime soon. Her dedication was admirable. No, it was one of the things you loved about her. But tonight, something about the sight tugged at you. It wasn't fair, you thought, that someone like her had to carry the weight of the world, even in the late hours of the night. It wasn't fair that her desk received more attention than you did. And that's when you decided to do something about your current predicament. You slipped quietly into the room, closing the door with a soft click. Arlecchino didn't look up, though you knew she had already registered your presence. Her awareness of you was as sharp as a blade. Still, she let you approach in silence. "Another late night?" you asked softly, tilting your head as you stopped beside her chair. Mm-hmm. She didn't glance up, eyes fixed on the paper before her. "There are matters that can't wait. Fontaine is never short of problems, and the house must remain vigilant." Her quill moved steadily, the ink flowing in perfect strokes. You leaned against the edge of her desk, close enough to see the faint shadows under her eyes. "Arlie, you've been at this since the morning. I think you need a little bit of rest." "I know. But I will continue until I'm finished. Then I could start thinking about rest." You studied her for a moment. Her composure was unshakable, her discipline unwavering, but you also knew her well enough to see through the facade. Beneath it all was exhaustion, the kind that she would never admit to. So you did the only reasonable thing. You sat down, right on her desk. Her quill froze mid-stroke, and slowly she lifted her gaze, her eyes narrowing as they landed on you perched comfortably among her neat stacks of papers. "Sweetheart, what exactly are you doing?" she said, her tone measured. You smiled innocently, swinging your legs a little. "Keeping you company? You looked lonely down here." Her brows arched. "On my desk?" "Yes, right here. Best seat in the house." For a heartbeat, silence stretched between you. And then she sighed. "You know you're sitting on classified documents." "I'm sure they'll survive," he replied, crossing your arms. "Besides, you've been ignoring me all evening. I thought this might get your attention." A faint smirk tugged at her lips, and her hands folded in her lap as she leaned back in her chair, studying you like one might an amusing, troublesome puzzle. "So that's what this is. A cry for attention." "You could call it such." She chuckled under her breath, shaking her head. "You are insufferable sometimes." "And yet, you adore me," you said, leaning forward to rest your chin in your hands. Her smirk deepened, though she tried to mask it with feigned exasperation. "You're bad." "And you love that too?" Her eyes softened, the red glow dimming into something warmer. She reached out, brushing a strand of hair from your face with surprising gentleness. I suppose I do. I can't deny it. And for a moment the room fell quiet again. Her hand lingered against your cheek, her thumb tracing lightly along your skin. It was rare for her to let go of her composure. Rarer still, for her to indulge in these small, tender moments when duty weighed so heavily on her shoulders. You shouldn't distract me, she murmured, though her tone lacked any real conviction. You like it when I distract you, you countered, and her gaze held yours. Steady and unyielding, but her lips betrayed her with the faintest of smiles. Perhaps. You leaned forward until your faces were close, your voice low. Then, let me, just for tonight, forget about the papers, forget the problems and the work, and just be here with me. Just a little bit. Her hand slipped from your cheek to the back of your neck, pulling you closer until your lips brushed hers. The kiss was slow, deliberate, as though she was reminding herself what it felt like to breathe outside of her endless responsibilities. When she finally pulled back, her forehead rested against yours. You drive me mad. You know that. I know. But I suppose you need it sometimes. You need me. Her laugh was quiet, but genuine, the kind that reached her eyes. More than I'll ever admit. She tugged you gently into her lap, sliding you off the desk with ease. Her arms wrapped firmly around your waist as she buried her face against your shoulder, breathing you in like you were the only thing anchoring her. I hate how easily you unravel me. That's a lie. You don't hate it. You don't have to do everything alone, Arlie. You can lean on me too. She tightened her hold on you. If I lean too much, I fear you'd break. Try me. She sighed, inhaling your scent as she buried her face into your neck. Maybe one day. And you hope she truly means it. You would do anything to be the rock that she can lean on. Something that can help her, anchor her, when she needs to feel home.